What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a classic and delicious beer can chicken. When it comes to easy barbecue recipes, a beer can chicken I think is something that everybody should know how to make. It's super easy to put together. The chicken comes out great, and the best part is that you can eat the chicken as is after it's done, or you can use it for other recipes. You can shred it, make it into tacos, make a casserole, chicken salad, chicken sandwiches, really anything. And cooking it on that beer can really just imparts additional moisture and, to some extent, maybe some flavor. So let me show you how to do it. And again, it's easy and super quick to put together. We're gonna start with a whole chicken. This guy's missing one of the wingtips, but it doesn't matter. So kind of medium size. I think this one's about 5 or 6 pounds. And just like everything else, I'm going to start by patting it dry. And this is especially important with chicken because this will help get the skin nice and crispy. If you've got some extra time, you can do this step the night before and then just let the chicken sit in the fridge to really dry it out and get that skin super crispy. But I will give you guys some tips and tricks on how to get the chicken skin crispy without having to do that overnight brine. So we'll get it nice and dry. Okay, make sure you dry out that cavity as well. I think that's looking pretty good. Next, I'm gonna go in with my binder, and for this one, I'm just using some olive oil and just spread that out. So this will do two things. One, it'll help the seasoning stick to our bird, and it'll also help crisp up the skin. So just make sure you get it coated on all sides, get it in the pits here, get the wings, get the drumsticks. There we go. So that is looking pretty good. Whew. Okay, next up, we're gonna season this guy up. So for this recipe, I'm using our all-purpose barbecue rub. Has that traditional barbecue flavor profile: salt, pepper, garlic, smoked paprika. Smells really nice, looks really good after it's done. We're just gonna go on the skin side and just press that in a little bit to help everything stick. Flip it over and just season on both sides. There we go. And again, press it in. You don't want to rub it around because otherwise it'll clump up. So after you season it, just press it in and the seasoning will stick. This is also a great way to try different rubs, different seasonings. Poultry is a great protein to experiment with flavor profiles because it really takes on any flavor you give it. So you can go sweet, spicy, savory, anything works. Okay, now you also want to get some of the seasoning inside the cavity. Okay, so that'll kind of season it from the inside out as our chicken is cooking. Now we season the skin, all right, so as it cooks, that skin is going to kind of absorb all that flavor. But one other thing you can do is just try to season the meat a little bit, and you don't have to go too crazy with it. Just gently separate the skin from the breast, kind of stand it upright, and then we'll just get some of the seasoning right on that breast meat. Okay, so not only do you get the seasoning on the skin, but you're also going to get it on the actual meat itself. Get some over here, going for maximum flavor with our bird, and I promise you it's going to be delicious. All right, that's looking pretty good. We got it seasoned on both sides, under the skin, inside the cavity. So next up, we can move on to our beer can. I'm going with Miller Lite, kind of a mild classic beer. Really anything here will work. The main thing here when cooking the chicken on the beer can is that it's going to impart additional moisture because the chicken is going to sit on top of our beer can. So you can also use a soda, use like Coke, Dr. Pepper. We've made these with Dr. Pepper in the past and they also come out really nice. I'm going to open up my Miller Lite to give it a taste test, of course. Not too bad. So one thing to keep in mind, anytime you're doing these, you want to use a room temperature or even warmed up beer or soda can or whatever you're cooking this on. If you put an ice cold beer inside this chicken cavity and you put this on the grill, it'll just take that much longer for the inside to cook because this is ice cold. So leave it on your countertop for about an hour, let it warm up, and now it's ready to go. You can also add some other aromatics or herbs to your beer can if you choose to do so. You can open up the top if you want, add like garlic, rosemary. Really depends what flavor profile you're going for. It's again super versatile and really kind of customizable, so you can get it exactly how you like it. So let's get our chicken on our beer can. So I'm gonna put this guy down like that. So I'll put on another glove because this gets a little messy. And I'm just gonna take my bird, the opening, and just slide it right onto our beer can. Okay. Make sure it's upright. The legs can stick out forward, and our chicken is on. You can also use a chicken stand to make these beer can chickens where it has a wider base, so it's less likely to tip over. You know, sometimes they do have a tendency to fall over after they're done or once they get in close to being finished. But I found that cooking them straight on a can like this works fine, especially if you use a little tray like we're using to help keep it upright. Let's get our bird on the grill. So for this cook, I am using my large Big Green Egg. So right now it's cruising at around 350 degrees. It's set up for indirect cooking. So it's got the plate setter, the grate. I'm gonna close the lid and let it cook. When it comes to cooking these on the egg, that kind of 350 to 375 degree range is the sweet spot for making the chicken. That gets the skin nice and crispy. It's gonna get all that fat rendered out, and your chicken will be delicious. If you cook it at a lower temperature, at least in my experience, that skin has a tendency to get rubbery and just kind of chewy. So higher heat will help crisp up the skin and you get a much better final product. Chicken is on, so I'm gonna prep two more things. One, I'm gonna melt this stick of butter. I'll do that inside, and I'm gonna baste the chicken with this butter in about 30 minutes or so. And this will help do two things. It'll help the skin get even more crispy and will impart some of this kind of richness and buttery flavor. And the other, I'm gonna prep my barbecue sauce to apply at the very end. So for this cook, I'm using this Heath Ryle's sweet barbecue sauce. You can make your own, and we've done that a bunch of times in the past. I have a couple different recipes for a sweet sauce, spicy sauce, but for this cook, I'm gonna use Heath Ryle sauce. It's a really good kind of all-around barbecue sauce. So I'm gonna pour that into my little saucepan here, and I'll add some more of my AP rub. Anytime that I'm using these store-bought sauces, I like to add whatever seasoning I'm applying to my poultry to help impart even more flavor. And this will go on the grill towards the very end to just kind of warm it up. Anytime that you're applying barbecue sauce, especially the chicken, you want to warm it up. That'll get it a little bit more liquidy, and it'll be much easier to spread and apply. So yeah, that chicken's going to be delicious. All right, I've got the butter melted. Chicken's been on for about 25-30 minutes. But before I brush it on with the butter, I'm gonna add a little bit more of my seasoning to it. So we'll mix this up. So now we've got this butter barbecue seasoning mixture. There we go. It smells really good. Let's take a look at our bird. Ooh, all right. Chicken is looking nice, and I'm just gonna dab this on right over the top. It'll drip down the skin here, covering it with more of the seasoning, and then just make sure you get all the parts, the wings, the drumsticks, and pour some into the cavity. You can smell that beer now. It's been cooking for a little while, so that beer is evaporating from that can and just providing all that moisture from the inside. So we'll probably have another 25-30 minutes to go before the chicken is ready. I'm going to put my barbecue sauce on the grill here to warm it up in a few minutes, and then we'll apply that on at the very end. But otherwise, we'll just continue cooking, basting. Whew. Yeah, it's gonna be delicious. Chicken is temping right around 140, 145 in the breast. So now it's time to finish it off with our barbecue sauce mixture. So I put this on the grill here just a couple minutes ago, again, to warm it up. It gets a little bit more runny that way, and it's easier to apply. So now just take your sauce, and we're just gonna kind of dab that on. It'll drip down the chicken, coating it, adding that delicious barbecue sauce flavor, a little sweetness, some of the tanginess, and then we'll let it cook for just a few more minutes to finish up. But our chicken is looking, smelling amazing. All right, chicken is done. I've rested it for about 10 minutes, which is also super important to let all those juices redistribute. And this thing is looking and smelling absolutely amazing. So let's cut right into it and see how we did. As I said before, you can eat this chicken as is, or you can just cook this and then use it for other recipes. You can shred it, you know, make it into a chicken salad. But I'm just gonna dig right in. I'm gonna cut off this drumstick It smells so good. You can smell the beer. Just get right there in between the joint. Look at that beautiful, juicy chicken with that sauce on the outside. Let's let's just go for it. I mean, it smells absolutely amazing. Wow, it's really good. Perfect combo of that sweet barbecue sauce. You get that peppery barbecue rub. You can definitely smell, kind of just from eating it, the beer, and it's super juicy, very tender. That skin has an amazing texture. Just bites right through. Oh yeah, this is perfect. So again, super easy to make. I think this beer can chicken is one of those things you should know how to make because it's easy, it's quick, it's perfect for a weeknight meal. The chicken is great on its own, just like this, or again, you can repurpose it and use it for other recipes. You know, a little better than using a store-bought rotisserie chicken because you can really adjust the flavor profile to exactly what you want. Oh yeah. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to get all the notifications, leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Oh yeah, so good.